Now, since Harold, I have not really endorsed any particular political candidate. I sort of stayed away from politics. Not that I have not been interested in politics, but certainly rather than getting involved, I have not done that in the last 20 years, the last 2 decades. I stayed out of politics because I was really waiting patiently, anticipating an opportunity that we could actually see some change and possibility of change here in the city. And today, that day for me has finally come. I believe that Gery is the right man for the Chicago at this moment, and I believe that Mr. Chico is the man who can get things done. Chicago can actually make history with this election once again. Gery Chico is the best person to rebuild Harold Washington's coalition of African Americans and Hispanics and progressive, and to establish a progressive political agenda. His candidacy resonates with all of these constituents. This endorsement is not about selecting someone from any particular racial, religious, ethnic, or political background, but who is the person who can bring us together to make this a better city for the future and for our children. As all of us know, Harold Washington wanted this to be a city for everyone. He understood its rich diversity, and he also realized that this was one of this city's greatest strengths. I believe the person who can bring us together now to make this a better city for the future and for our children is Gery Chico.
First of all, I want to thank Reverend Martin, who I have the highest regard for. I've watched Reverend Martin with his quite effective style during some very tumultuous times in our city bring peace, calm, and reason to our discourse, which is very, very much needed again today. And I want to thank Reverend Steve Braxton also for being here with us. Reverend Braxton is a minister on the west side of Chicago, and it means a lot to me that both Reverend Martin and Reverend Braxton are with me here today, because our campaign is very much about building coalitions. I think we need to bring our city together unlike we ever had before. The challenges now are greater than they've ever been before. And you know, it's so humbling to stand next to the man who was such a source of inspiration to Mayor Harold Washington. We have challenges in our future, but the greatest asset that we have is us working together to overcome them and bring our city to a new height. I want to take Chicago in a new direction. I don't want to follow the status quo. We cannot follow the status quo. The status quo doesn't solve enough problems for enough people. We are there to create responsible citizens. Citizens who, through education, can stand on their own, can fend for themselves, can get a good job and take care of them and their families. And then always remember, you have to take care of the institutions that are important in our community, like our churches. And so I really believe strongly in that. Faith has helped shape my life, who I am, how I respect people, and how I want to help people. And so today I'm so pleased to have the endorsement of Reverend B. Herbert Martin.